Maybe some of you are not familiar with this song. I don't know if it's on the board. This is a song we showed Prabhupada. On some occasions he didn't, but on practically every occasion he sang this song before the morning class. It's, you could say this song is, if we enter into the meaning of this song, the objective of Krishna consciousness is contained in this song. Prabhupada will sometimes describe this as a window, like a window to the spiritual world. They have an old one. We have the paintings which are visual windows, which is like all the one we meditate within on the meaning of this song. Janananda is bringing some books or sheets or something. How many of you are not familiar with this song? Anybody? 2, 3 or 4. Or at least 4. If you have to know the page, you'll spend the whole time looking for it.
116.
Each songbook may be different, I don't know. If they're all the same, it's good. Oh, that's good. There's like 6 different varieties of songbooks here. Anyone else need a songbook? Please share. Yeah, Jaya Radha Let us know. Page number?
45.
45. Give it a go.
45 or 116.
45 or?
50.
116.
116. Page 45 or page 115. Any other pages?
Page 50.
Pardon?
50.
50. They're all the same as some books. Either 45, 50 or 118 or something. 15. Any other offers? It might not be a bad idea to have it on the board, you know. So it might get very nice and big. Half the time, if you're sitting more than 2 meters away, you can't read it. Okay, who's good at English? And if you speak English, who's got a loud, clear voice? You got a loud, clear voice? I don't know your name. Have you got a loud, clear voice? No. Okay.
I don't have glasses to read.
You don't have your glasses, huh? You have a loud, clear voice? You give her a book. You read the translation for the first line. Okay, just one line at a time.
Krishna is the lover of Radha. He displays many armorous pastimes in the groves of Vrindavan.
That's it, stop. We'll read the next one when we get to it. Jaya Radha Madhava
Jaya Radha Madhava
What is he? Krishna is what? Lover of the caravan Vrindavan, and what else? Yeah, he lifts up Govardhan Hill with his left hand. If you meditate on this, it has an amazing effect when we sing a song. And we just sing like machines sometimes. Like tape recorders. 50 tape recorders playing at once. Jai Radha Govinda Madhava Krishna Balaram Shri Govinda. Gopi Janabha Can you say the first word of that again, please? The beloved
son of Mother Yashoda.
Beloved son of Mother Yashoda. What did he do on the banks of the Yamuna?
He wanders.
What did he do? He just wanders.
In the forest.
In the forest, on the banks. So simple. This is God. Supreme personality of God. So simple. Yasoda Nandana Rajajana Yasoda Nandana Yasoda Nandana Rajajana Yasoda Nandana Next one. Have you read it? Maybe you read it already.
He wanders in the forest along the banks of the river Yamuna.
Okay. Said it twice. Okay, good. That must be important. You said it twice. So meditate on this, Krishna, wandering along the banks of the river Namaste, Saraswati Devi, Gauravani Charine, Devasisha Satyavani, Pastor Tejata. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, Text number 9. On the border. Yeah. Dharmasya
Dharmasya
hi apavarya
Apavarya
asya
Asya
na
Na
nartaha
Nartaha
nartaya
Nartaya
upakapate
Upakapate
na artasya
Ardasya
dharma
Dharma
eka
Eka
antasya
Antasya
kamaha
Kamaha
labhaya
Labhaya
hi smitaha
Smritaha
dharmasya yapavargasya
Dharmasya Apavargasya
nartortayopakapate
Nartoritayo Pakalvade
nartasya dharmakantasya
Nartasya Dharmaikantasya
amolabhaya hi smitaha
Kavalabhaya Smritaha
dharmasya yapavargasya
Dharmasya Apavargasya
nartortayopakapate natasya daimaikantasya
Nartasya Dharmaikantasya
kamolabhaya hi smitaha
Kavalabhaya Smritaha
dharmasya yapavargasya
Dharmasya Apavargasya
nartortayopakapate
Nartortaya Pakalvade
natasya daimaikantasya
Nartasya Dharmaikantasya
kamolabhaya hi smitaha
Kavalabhaya Smritaha Dharmasya hi apavargasya
dharmasya yapavargasya
Narthorithayo pakalpate
nartortayopakapate
Narthasya dharmaikantashi
natasya daimaikantasya
Kamulabhaya hi smritaha
kamolabhaya hi smitaha
Dhammasya yapavargasya
dharmasya yapavargasya
Narturatayo kalpate
nartortayopakapate
Nartasya dhammikantasya
natasya daimaikantasya
Kamolabhaya smrita
kamolabhaya hi smitaha dharmasya yapavargasya nartortayopakapate
Nartasya Dharmakaintasya
dharmasya daimaikantasya
Amalabhaya Vishmitaha
kamolabhaya hi smitaha
Dharmasya yapavargasya
dharmasya yapavargasya
naturtayupakalpate
nartortayopakapate
nartasya dharmaikantasya
natasya daimaikantasya
amulabhaya smrita
kamolabhaya hi smitaha
dharmasya yapavargasya
dharmasya yapavargasya
naturtayupakalpate
nartortayopakapate
natasya dharmaikantasya
natasya daimaikantasya
kamolabhaya smrita
This isn't one of the, in this section of the Bhagavatam, most of the verses are fairly simple to chant. This isn't one of the easier ones, unless you're accustomed to Sanskrit. There are a lot of, you know what the word conjunctions, joining of words, changing between long words and different things here. I was reading this morning, Srila Prabhupada, was a quotation of Tamal Krishna Maharaj, who went into Srila Prabhupada's room with Janananda Prabhu back in 1967, I guess, maybe 68, latest 68. Janananda Prabhu and Tamal Krishna Maharaj was a little later. Janananda was one of Srila Prabhupada's first disciples in San Francisco. And he wasn't very scholastic, very simple, pure-hearted soul. And he was having difficulty with chanting what's known as the Gayatri mantra. Now, most of you at least have heard of the Gayatri mantra, because most of you may not be chanting it, but you've heard it. Very Brahmin Gayatri initiation, like that. So he was having difficulty with the pronunciation. So he said he wanted to ask Prabhupada to help him. So Prabhupada called him in and said, okay, I will help you to pronounce the Gayatri. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj then was there, and after one line, Prabhupada said, it is hopeless. You will never be able to pronounce this, he said. But don't worry, just carry on. Chant it as you best can. So, Goswami were chanting, I'm sure, very wonderfully. In terms of pronunciation, he said Krishna accepts. He accepts the sincerity, he accepts the heart. It's not the pronunciation. It's not so much. It is what we do is important, but it's the spirit in which we act. We heard from Vishaka the other day when discussing words to tell devotees to say on Sankirtan. Right? Devotees were asking if they could, teach devotees what to say so they could be more effective in distributing books on the street. And what did Prabhupada answer? I think you answered that the other day.
Teach them to be sincere.
To be, teach or imbibe in their hearts the actual essence is sincerity of purpose, intent, sincere intent. We're not doing it to get our name up in lights or numbers or some technique. We're here to take shelter always of Krishna, always to try to put Krishna in the center of our lives. Depend on Krishna. Focus on it. We're instruments of Krishna in all our activities. One of the prominent in the 18th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. How many of you have read Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita entirely? Many of us. Some of you have not finished reading. It's amazing how you can read this over and over again. It's like hearing from the first time. One of our godbrothers, Janananda Maharaj, he reads the Bhagavad Gita minimum 3 times every year. Minimum. Doesn't take so long if you use your time nicely. Using your time. You probably have more time than we realize if we analyze our day, gossip. Plus we can't live out social media, that's a central part of our day, isn't it? As much social media as you can. When you see your usage of your time increase 50% last week, it's a very good sign, isn't it? When it comes up. There's so much time we can find in the day if we want to. If we want to. It's desire to hear. And you'd be surprised how much time is there. Well, in the 18th chapter, which is called the conclusion of renunciation. What's it called, the exact title? Perfection renunciation. Thank you. Perfection, not just renunciation. The perfection. What is the perfection renunciation? What is that? Standing on your head for like 20 years under the cold water? What is the perfection renunciation? Yes, you have your hand up? No, just resting. Anybody? Pardon?
Abandon all varieties of religion, just surrender.
Yeah, that is probably, you can say amongst the most, maybe the most famous verse in some ways in Gita, Sarvadharma Parityaya. Krishna is telling us to give up all religion, become irreligious. That doesn't make sense, does it? He came to establish religion. Now he's saying Sarvadharma Parityaya, give up all religion. What does he mean? Surrender to me, give everything up. What does he mean? Huh? What does he mean? You look like a wise young man. What does he mean?
So abandon all type of religion.
That's what I said. So what does Krishna mean? That means you give up all your religious practices, become a dharmic, and engage in all kinds of sinful, whimsical activity. What does he mean? Yes.
Is it to surrender and always think of him and never to forget him?
Didn't quite hear you.
To always remember Krishna and never forget him?
Well, that's a good answer, a very good answer, and you're right in a deeper sense. Anything else, Janananda?
Don't waste your time.
On social media, exactly. That's what he said. Don't waste your time on social media. That's exactly what he said. They mistranslated it. I think they mistranslated words. Yes?
Follow instructions given by Krishna.
Okay,
So they follow the instructions given by Krishna and not to follow any other like.
Okay, we're getting really very personal here, isn't it? But Krishna gave so many, even few verses. No, just after that, isn't it? Just after it, he said, now I've told you everything, you do what you like. He also said like that, didn't he? That's many Indian people love that verse. He said many things, didn't he, in the Bhagavad Gita? But putting all of that together, you got kind of the answer all together. The verse before 66, what is it? 65, well done. We haven't got dementia, please. They test you for dementia. When I took my test recently for, we have to fill in these end-of-life directives. So first thing the solicitor asks you is different questions, and one of them is, what comes after 35? If you don't know, you're in trouble. So you're very clever. 65 is before 66. What is the verse? 65. Manmana, yeah. Think of me. Manmana.
Madhyajivam namaskurum.
Yeah, I'm sure you got it right. What does Krishna say? Let's put it in English. It's a little easier for most of us to understand English. What does Krishna say? And one of you said more or less what he said.
Always think of me.
Always think of me.
Become my devotee.
Worship me with your heart. An interesting thing about because you're my very dear friend. It's not just because you should do it. Becoming a dear friend of Krishna. That's another topic. But basically to be absorbed in Krishna. So in the 18th, be absorbed in thoughts, not just we have to do the needful service and practice and so on. 18th chapter, which is the perfection of enunciation. Krishna explains, in all your activities, be conscious of me. This is not just in the 18th chapter. You see the same emphasis placed in the 8th chapter also. Always dedicate your thoughts, your mind, your intelligence to me, being conscious of me. Just emphasize this. Everything, all other activities, yogas, varna-ashram, different kinds of naimitic or circumstantial religious rules and regulations which people may adhere to, ultimately are only to help us to come to this point. Even Prabhupada said, including ourselves, we have to question ourselves that, the test is how much we're developing our love for God. Actually, it's a relationship. So, at this stage, this is the perfection, you could say. We'll read this verse. Did we go through the word for word? I don't think so. No, okay. I didn't fail that test quite. Dharmasya, occupation engagement.
Occupational engagement.
He certainly.
Certainly.
Ultimate liberation.
Ultimate liberation.
No. Artaha. End. Artaya. For material gain. Upakapate is meant for. No. Neither. Artasya. Of material gain. Dharma eka. Antasya. For one who is engaged in the ultimate occupational service. Dhamma, sense gratification. Labhaya, attainment of. He, exactly. Smitaha is described by the great sages. Translation purple by Srila. All occupation engagements. I was just reflecting on it. We can repeat it. Are certainly meant for ultimate liberation. Is the translation on the board?
No.
So listen carefully. Especially if you have a mobile, listen very carefully. They should never be performed for material gain.
For material gain.
So what is Sutta Goswami saying here? What should never be performed for material gain?
Occupational engagements.
All occupational engagements should never, are certainly meant for ultimate liberation. They should never be performed for material gain. So there we see a statement in itself, as the first line, a statement which qualifies the Bhagavad Gita's conclusion. Most people, even with religiosity, yoga and everything, have a self-interested purpose behind it. A gain, personal gain, material gain. Not for ultimate liberation. We have to understand what ultimate liberation. Sutta Goswami goes on. Furthermore, according to sages, one who is engaged in the ultimate occupational service should never use material gain to cultivate sense gratification. What he's saying there, those who have got mobiles, maybe it's not always good to keep the mobile open. You don't necessarily invite it so much. It's a fact of science that by hearing carefully, and by especially the book, it has much more of a effect on our, what's the word? Absorbing the subject matter. At least that's what the Nowadays you rarely see a book. In convenience, of course, carrying them around nowadays. We used to carry books, it was impossible. Whatever. It's okay. Don't forget the books. Furthermore, according to sages, one who is engaged in the ultimate, so what is that ultimate occupational service? That would be the question. Let's see what Prabhupada says. We have already discussed that pure devotional service to the Lord is automatically followed by perfect knowledge and detachment from material existence. That was the verse you spoke on, isn't it, the other day? That's the day we got into that. It's automatically followed. Pure devotional service. We're following that path of pure devotion. We may not be on that path. We may not be fixed on that path, but we're following that path. We stay on that path. Automatically pure, perfect knowledge and detachment. Of course, part of that path is also knowledge of the path, knowledge of the goal, activities of devotional service, somewhat detaching ourselves from that which is unfavorable, and they're only to support the objective goal, as we'll hear later on. But there are others who consider that all kinds of different occupational engagements, including those of religion, are meant for material gain. Another direct statement here in relationship to Krishna's instruction in the 18th chapter of Gita. The general tendency of any ordinary man in any part of the world is to gain some material profit in exchange for religious or any other occupational service. This is the general tendency. And it's a fact. I mean, looking around the room, well, not everybody by any means, but most of you are from Indian origin, if you want to define it in terms of bodily origin. And even there is a common thing, isn't it? You go to the temple. What is that famous song? Well, maybe we shouldn't sing in front of David's Jolly Jolly. Or something, this hearty song which many pious Hindus sing. And it's to achieve some intention behind it. Maybe different people may have different, but generally it's for achievement of some material gain. In most cases, at most is to go to Svarga Loka, in Christianity, the heavenly planets, At most, it doesn't usually go beyond that. There's not much element of total selfless devotional service. Srimad Bhagavatam describes that devotional service has to be a vaitiki, a patiyata. Maybe in the previous verses was mentioned. It has to be completely unmotivated and uninterrupted. That's the constitutional position. That's the real sensible Sanatana Dharma, beyond the Naimittika Dharmas which we are familiar with, which are mostly aimed here in the Vedas. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, in the second chapter, what does he say to Arjuna about the Vedas and Traigunya, Shaya Veda? The Vedas mainly deal with the three modes of material nature, mainly to try to elevate our consciousness. That isn't the goal of life in and of itself. They mainly do with that, the material elevation, the mode of goodness, the heavenly planets and so on. Little indication of a level of liberation, but very little emphasis is placed upon the ultimate objective of all scriptures, all religions, everything. And that's why the Bhagavatam has been presented. In one sense, people say that because in the 5th chapter we'll see all this volume how Narada Muni, the spiritual master of Srila Vyasadeva, chastised him, although he presented the whole of the Vedic literatures in a way that was comprehensible, divided it up so it could be easier to apply, follow. He'd also written extensively so many Puranas, or indeed empowered his followers to present so many Puranas on various subject matters. And also Mahabharata, the great Mahabharata, including the teaching of Bhagavad Gita, and then Vedanta Sutra and other scriptures too. So much of a contribution is almost just unimaginable. But still, he wasn't satisfied. Now the Muni chastised him, saying, you've not sufficiently, at least, presented the objective of all of this. Without the goal, it's like, maybe some of you were, I don't know, cricket's not such a good example. Indians like cricket. In the West, they like it, football, soccer, they call it. If you don't know what the goal is, you may be a great player, but you're not going to win the game. Only by chance. You've got to know what the goal is. What is your goal? But he hadn't emphasized the goal, so people think the goal is, something else, to go to Svarga or heavenly planets, or to get Brahman realization, or just to be happy in this world. Something other than the goal. The goal, what is the goal of life? What is our goal? You may have a different goal, I don't know. You have a goal?
I have the love for Krishna.
Prema Kumatamaha. That's the goal of life. People may say that, but they don't. You also have to know what that means. Anyone can say sentimentally anything, but some deep understanding of what that means is required. So Bhagavatam gives the living presentation of what that is, to love God. Let's carry on. Even in the Vedic literatures, for all sorts of religious performances, an allurement of material gain is offered, and most people are attracted by such allurements or blessings of religiosity. What they do. Why are such so-called men of religion allured by material gain? Because material gain can enable one to fulfill desires, which in turn satisfy sense gratification. They're my desires. I want to satisfy my desires. But we see maybe in the next verse, I think, I'm not sure. Next verse, Krishna says, what does he say? Your mobiles are very, very learned. Now we have AI Guru. You don't need to know anything, just press the button and it gives you the answer. You don't need to know anything. Ask it, how do I go back to God? How do I get free of material desire? Someone's already trying, they tuned in. It'll come up probably with the right answer.
It might say follow Srila Prabhupada.
Huh?
It might say follow Srila Prabhupada.
Okay, I'll just say that. Well, as Krishna, as Sutta Goswami said, life's desire should never be. Yeah, the Sanskrit, I'm asking for we said the Sanskrit first 2 lines. What's the English? Don't look on your mobile.
Life's purpose should not be used for...
Yeah, no, it should not be aimed towards material sense gratification. What should our desires be aimed at? Inquiring into the nature of the absolute. That should be a goal of our life. So same thing here. Our occupation engagements are meant for that. They're not meant to fulfill material desires alone. Maybe they're on your level, necessary level. But the objective behind it is to actually understand or develop that relationship with God. Through service, through devotional service, hearing from the pure devotees of the Lord how to do that. So Srimad Bhagavatam has been compiled for that reason, to make that opportunity clear for those who are sincere. Otherwise people want a quick thing. Even nowadays you want instant, something instantly, and you want it quickly. You don't have much patience so much nowadays. You want it quickly. Give me it right now. Give me a fix right now. The cycle of occupational engagements includes so-called religiosity. These are the four, generally speaking, when we talk in terms of arta, human life, we're talking the goals. People's goals are mostly this, that it's, what is it? What's the first one? Yeah, we say Dharma. We're talking in terms of people who are following some form of piety, some direction here. So Dharma comes first, some kind of religiosity, but then what happens when you perform these
Economic development.
Naimitic or materialistic kind of religious practices? What happens? What comes next? Dharma, arta. Arta, Dharma, arta. What is arta? Generally speaking, we use it in terms of material gain, financial, some material gain. And then when you get what you want materially, then what you get?
Karma.
What is that?
Sense question.
You could say in this particular sense, the word is applied to sense gratification. You get pleasure, you get material pleasure. And when you get fed up with that, lucky you may realize that that's not really sufficient to satisfy you. Then you may look to
Moksha.
moksha. Full stop. But we've just heard that, these Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Premam Pramartha Mahan, is a fifth goal. A fifth goal. Which is not just to be liberated. I want to be liberated. No more suffering. No more, I don't have to follow anyone else. I am now. In my own domain, I am the Lord of everything. No, not just that. We want more. Our constitutional position is love. Loving service to the Supreme Beloved. Prema Martamahan. Sense gratification is a general way of all sorts of fully occupied men. But in the statement of Sri Goswami, as per the verdict of the Srimad Bhagavatam, this is nullified by the present shloka. One should not engage himself in any sort of occupational service for material gain only. It doesn't mean you don't endeavor for that, but that's not the only goal. You should understand what the ultimate goal is. And if you do have that, then you utilize the material gain for the service of the ultimate goal. You may be a little bit passionate about what we're doing, is understandable, and you may get some result. But then we offer that result to Krishna in our case, to the Supreme. Purification. A little mix with attachment to the results, attachment to the word, Vakamishvara. But this is the purificatory process. Purificatory process. No, nor should material gain be utilized for sense gratification. Again, how material gain should be utilized is described as follows. So the next verses will bring out how we utilize whatever material gains there and how we purify all of our activities become spiritualized. Step by step by step. This chapter is like a summary of the whole path, the whole process of devotional service, purification, of following that path. Everything is there in this chapter. In summary. So, is it clear or not? Maybe it's not. At least Prabhupada's purpose should be clear. Does it make sense or not? Not always so easy to apply as much as we would like, perhaps. By regularly referring to these transcendental shlokas and purports. It helps to give us the strength, the will, whatever is required to persevere or uplift us, inspire us to go deeper, further. Necessary injection of transcendental subject matter to bring us out of our illusion into Tamasiman, to the light, the real light of Krishna consciousness. Any comments or questions? Krishna?
Prabhupada, at one point he met a scholar named Tom Hopkins.
Met a scholar?
Tom Hopkins from John Marshall University.
What was his name?
Hopkins.
Oh yeah, I was reading about Hopkins. Go for it, yeah. Well, the quote from Hopkins.
So, Professor Hopkins said he was making a compilation of quotes from different religious leaders, and he asked Prabhupada what he would like to have included in this compilation. So Prabhupada's first answer was Srimad Bhagavatam, 18,000 verses. And Dr. Hopkins said, it's not possible. You asked to be more concise, and finally Prabhupada picked this verse.
He quoted this verse as now. It's very down to earth verse in terms of relationship. Prabhupada quoted this verse included in that compilation. That's amazing. That's amazing. It's not always the most quoted verse in this section, but it's very, very relevant. So they're all very relevant to everyone. Yeah, for sure. Especially those who are supposedly following religious lifestyle. Very relevant. That, to understand what the purpose that you're doing is should be a priority, not just aimlessly going ahead. Mill. It's going round and round and round. A rat, there's somebody called rats. What do they call that thing? It just keeps going. It's not going anywhere. And people's lives are like that. I clearly see that. I don't know, others may not, but Sri Prabhupada easily see. I know one time in Heathrow Airport, Sri Prabhupada was waiting for a flight somewhere. And the flight was delayed. Many devotees were there. So it was quite a long delay, with several hours. So we moved from the check-in area to the mezzanine floor and sat in some lounge there of some kind on the floor. Prabhupada was on a chair. He was looking out over the check-in area. Thousands of people running. Some of them really, you notice in the airport, even with buses and trams and metros, to save 2 minutes, people will run like crazy. Airplane's a little different. You miss the plane, that's it, finished. And so people are running, last call, they're running like crazy. Catch their plane, sometimes they even miss the plane. That happened recently, did it not?
10 days ago.
10 days ago. People in Soho Street missed the plane. 10 seconds after they closed the gate. Don't miss the plane. And what anxiety you're in, isn't it? You lost your money, you missed the plane. I hate you, you rascals, why you let me in? You're on the plane. Screaming your head off, raising your fist, threatening them, and checking people. Sometimes you see, I've seen people fighting, literally physically fighting, being around the plane. You get so irate. And you look out now, anxiety people are in, and they're looking at her, tears rolling down his eyes. seemed to me it was obvious problem. It was so sad to see people like wasting. You're looking at them, you're looking at us. How they're wasting their lives the way they are. Running aimlessly here and there with no idea really where they're going. And they're going to Amsterdam or Paris or something. So what? Same thing going on there. Like the rat going on. Not really getting anywhere. That's why they call it the rat race. They call it the rat race. And one famous statement which I saw on the back of a double-decker bus one time, it was stuck in a flood, rarely a rare event. In New Zealand, in front of me was a double-decker bus, probably imported from London. On the back of the bus was a big poster that said, "Even if you win the rat race, you're still a rat." Quite a good message for something. I don't know what he meant to be, I don't know, but you're still a rat. I don't think the goal of life is to win a rat race. We heard that the other day from Tokyo. You said that, didn't you? When Prabhupada was with Diane Palm, that junior executive explained what his goal of life was. You would have heard that already. You have to mention it, Judaism. That's what people's goal is, in general. Somehow another to be the controller, to be the Lord, to be the enjoyer, to be the center. Listen to me. I know it is not left, it's right. No, it's left. So that tells the story of the scissors and the knife. Huh? They're competing. Who's going to cut the paper? No, scissors, knife, scissors, knife, knife, scissors. The knife says, "Here, listen to me, I'll throw you in the river." "No, scissors, in you go." Throws the scissors into the river. See? The scissors are in the river drowning, and every now and again the scissors pop up. Scissors! 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 I never give up, it's so attached to your ignorance, you know. So attached. Over stupid little things. You can have a fight with somebody over a little thing, you know. Tiniest little thing, about putting salt on your plate or something. You can have a punch up. Why you put the salt there, you nonsense!
Chili.
Directions, ages, times, who did this, who did that, who cares who did this and that? And they will fight over these things. Argue. Actually, wars are fought over it. Yeah. Hare Krishna. It's getting late. You've got to eat. You're supposed to eat at 8:45. Breakfast is served, or you will miss the breakfast. I hope not. Hare Krishna, Shiva, have a great day. We have, by the way, 200 Tamil visitors coming here today. Some are already here. I don't know how many buses are coming, 2 or 3, I guess, or 4. I don't know how they're coming. But be prepared. Anybody here speak Tamil? You're Tamil speaking? Oh, there you go. Maybe if you can translate. I don't know. Look, we don't have a Tamil translator, do we?
Sumitra, I asked her.
But I spoke to her daughter last night. She said she was really not well. She can hardly stand up. So if she comes, that's fine. Otherwise, what was your name? Mahatmika. You can. She's part of your team, but maybe they want me to speak for 5 minutes. I don't know if she try to get. There's no one amongst them that probably understands English very well. They speak maybe a bit of French. They're not very good in French. They could translate through French. There's three languages. Anyway, work out something. So at least you know somebody who speaks Tamil, if there's an absolute need. You speak Tamil? No.
Alright.
Huh?
There's another month.
Also, okay, so you have two. You're from Tamil?
I'm not from Tamil, but I can speak Tamil.
You're from Tamil.
Yes.
Which part?
From Tamil Nadu,
Tamil.
Salem.
Huh?
Salem.
Salem. Oh, they have a beautiful temple in Salem. Have you seen it? No. It's opening, I think, this year, next year, not sure. Just ready to open. Made out of solid stone. Only stone, nothing else. Hare Krishna, all glories to Shri Prabhupada. Rantarashma Bhagavatam.
I put it on ChatGPT, Maharaj.
What?
How can I go back to Godhead?
Okay, what did it say? Listen carefully.
Yeah.
Chat ITU Vacha.
The most important question of life. Srila Prabhupada-
Most important
question
question.
of life.
There you go.
Srila Prabhupada would often say that the whole purpose of human birth is to prepare to go back home, back to Godhead, to Krishna's eternal abode. The scriptures and our acharyas give us a clear path. There are like points. I can just give the points. Take shelter of the holy name, number 1. Number 2, follow the 4 regulative principles. Number 3, associate with devotees, sadhu sangha. Number 4, hear and read shastra. 5, serve Krishna with love. 6, always remember Krishna, never forget him. It's like the conclusion. In short, chant Hare Krishna, follow the principles, serve devotees, study scripture, and live your life remembering Krishna. Then at the end of this life, instead of taking another material body, you will return to Goloka Vrindavan, where Krishna is eternally playing with his devotees.
Is this Chat IT, is he initiated or what? Sounds like a really advanced devotee, doesn't he?
What it does is, because I regularly ask scriptural questions, it knows, this thing knows that I follow Prabhupada, so anything relevant to, God.
Oh, okay, so we have to ask somebody who's not. I mean, that's...
Yeah, somebody is neutral, he never used chat.
Okay, so he's like that Swami. When he's with the Shaivites, he speaks Shaivism. When he's with the Mayavadis, he speaks Mayavad. When he's Christian, he speaks Christianity. When he's with the atheists, he speaks atheism. He's a bit like that, is he? One of those type of gurus. Huh?
Little bit like Paramatma.
Oh, it's like Paramatma, okay. Oh, my goodness, we should meditate on chat. Whatever it's called, AI, whatever it's called. He's guiding the wanderings of all living entities who are seated on a machine called the mobile phone.
His Holiness Janananda Goswami Maharaj ki jai.